Well, hello all. Just getting my vitamins out here. Pardon me a little bit. Trying to be healthy while I eat some Oreos. So, contradiction like no one ever had. So you see, we still got some good sunlight out right now. It is 3 o'clock Pacific time. Pardon me. Getting those set up for later. So again, is another day of sitting around, not getting anything accomplished. Well, I transflowed in my documents from the last load, sealed them up in the envelope, and sent that on. So one thing I got it really accomplished today. Got a video uploaded, edited and uploaded. So we'll take those small victories. I mean, such as they are. So today has been blah. That's about the best description you can give it, is just blah. Got my cup of milk, nice and cold. Got my Oreos. Now, unfortunately, these are the regular Oreos, so it's got the quote-unquote normal amount of stuffing in the middle. I like the mega stuff or the double stuffs. But, like I said, this is the highlight of my day, having some Oreos. So there's not a whole lot really to say. I mean, I am sitting here in Madera, California. I'll be here all tomorrow as well, just waiting. Picking up a load here in Madera, picking up a cooling tower base is what I was told. But there are 3 other Valley transportation trucks here, along with myself, that are emptying and waiting for a load on Monday. At least one of those I know is going to the same place I am to pick up. Now, whether or not he's going out to Dallas, where I'm going, that's a different story. Now, it's about it's going to be about 1,750 miles, because I'm just assuming some detours. Shouldn't be a lot, but there might be a few. Now, primarily here in California, because I'm going to be 14 foot wide. It's 10 foot tall, and then putting that on a deck that is 3 foot. What's my deck? My deck is 44 inches high. So 120, 164 inches. I gotta do quick math here. 164 divided by 12. So 13 foot 6. 6. So I might as well say 13 foot 7. When all is said and done. Then, like I said, it's 14 foot wide. Take off the, that leaves 5.5 feet of hangover. Divide that by 2, that's 2 3/4 feet on each side of hanging over the sides of the trailer. So we are going to have some issues with what roads we can take, when we can drive. We got to worry about construction sites a little bit more because of the width. There's places that we just won't be able to get through. We have it. We're picking up this Monday. We have a nominal delivery date of the 2nd of December, which is an entire week. Now, if it's only going to be around 1,700, 1,750 in the miles, that's 3 days of driving. So 3 days of driving, which would naturally lead to another 3 days of sitting around doing nothing until Monday morning. Now, once I pick up, I'm going to be giving a call to my receiver and seeing, can I deliver early? Can I get this done on Thursday or Friday? That would be preferable. Thursday or Friday is a whole lot better than Monday. Another weekend of sitting around under a load when I could be driving. But we will do as we are permitted to do, literally and figuratively. I'm going to need permits for California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. Now, the route that I'm going to be permitted to drive on, that's going to be a different issue. All right, had enough of those. Bad enough I'm eating the Oreos. Can't be eating too many of them. But, like I said, there's 3 other Valley truck drivers here with me. They're all waiting for loads. At least one of them I know, because I spoke to them, are waiting for the same type of load that I'm getting from the same place. I'm supposedly picking up the cooling tower base, which leads me to believe that it's going to be more of a square object where somebody else might be picking up a round, tower section or whatnot. It's only going to be like 11,000 pounds, so it's going to be pretty easy to fly down the road. Tie it down with simple chains, maybe a strap, maybe, or 2, depending on what I see when I start loading. And beyond that, it's nothing too big to worry about. Today has been a really boring, mind-numbing, do-nothing kind of day. So, got up around 5 a.m., laid around till about 8, And from that point up till now, I mean, 3:20 in the afternoon here in California, I've done really. I edited a video, got that posted, went around all the other channels that I'm subscribed to, went through Facebook, went through Twitter, went through Instagram, looked all those stupid stories there, and basically just wasted a day. You know, didn't do anything. Didn't really have any kind of agenda for the day because basically 99% of everything that I can do, I've done. I mean, I got laundry, which I was going to try to do laundry today, but I was going to do that tomorrow morning. Try to make tomorrow a little bit more engaged than what I was doing today. But, you know, got a few dishes still to clean up. Vacuum the floor, wipe things down, dust things, generally straighten things up. But other than that, nothing that you could call actually exciting. But other than that, you know, it's, like I said, it's been a day of sitting around. Mr. Nathaniel, welcome. Not promising to be to not bore you. But other than that, it's just one of the days where you just go, ugh. Nobody's really acted the fool out in the parking lot today, so don't have anything to look at around here, really. I've straightened out my cabinets all I can. All the laundry that is clean is folded and put away. The only thing that I really could do right now is think of what I'm going to have for dinner. I think I'm going to do a you know, just some vegetable and noodle soup. It's probably what I'm going to do. I wish I had a little bit of chicken, but you know, since I don't, that puts the kibosh on that. I've eaten all the burritos I can eat from what I did on the live feed the other day. Well, hopefully the glare isn't too bad. There we go. Let's take you up front here a little bit more. So, hopefully the glare isn't too bad. Let me angle up here. So, your steering wheel, got a few lights and indicate, you know, over on the side, you know, right next to the window. Get out of the door and window controls over there. Oil pressure, coolant pressure, volts, tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, my 2 air tank gauges, right in front of the in the center front dash panel. Off to the side here, we have an oil pressure, a turbo boost pressure, my DEF tank. We have a fuel filter pressure, a load meter. Now, for how much load is on the truck, you know, through the you know, the fifth wheel on the from the trailer to the truck. Got a load meter there. Transmission temperature, rear axle temperature, amps, front axle temperature, brake application, and then air filter pressure. Then we got a fifth wheel slide. We got a differential lock. Got a DEF bypass, a manual fan, the exhaust brake, cruise control. You got your CD player, radio, your environmental controls below that, traction control, ABS, tank reading, indicator light or you know, switch, to switch from left to right tank, see what they're doing. Got a beacon, which is on top of here, flashing lights. Rear AC, dome light, my chicken lights on the side of the truck. Then down below that, the red and yellow knobs down there. Those are my brakes for the trailer and the parking brake for the truck. Then the gear shift. So you're a pretty standard setup. Let me close that a little bit. That glare is just getting worse because I'm facing a little bit more to the west, so I got the glare coming through the window a little bit now. So you're a pretty standard setup. I've seen trucks that have 25, 30 gauges in there monitoring every single thing about the engine and transmission. Which that you can have a pretty good look with that, but just finishing the milk from my Oreos. Don't want to waste it. Well, like I said, I got for dinner, I think I'll be doing a soup. I do have some chicken stock, so that'll work for the most part. I mean, I could do beef as well, but for right at the moment, we'll probably just do chicken. Just a little bit lighter. I mean, I do have bacon up there, but that's really not going to fit that well. We got lettuce, onion. I got a salad here, which I actually forgot about the salad. So, a simple side salad from the truck stop. I got pasta. I got, pasta sauce. So I might just do the salad so that doesn't, start going bad. The truck's color is a dark green. Not like a British racing green kind of dark, but more just adding some black into it. So it just really, saturate the black into it. So if it's at night, you really can't see that it's green anymore. Not my favorite color. Hey, Muka, welcome in. Hopefully you've gotten some sleep. I know how them long days can be with the young child. So, we are just sitting around today, Saturday, again, just waiting till we can pick up our load on Monday. And then we have an entire week to go 1,800 miles or 1,700 miles to Dallas, Texas. Hopefully I can deliver early. If I can deliver early, that would be a godsend. Instead of taking a full 7 days to get out there, if I can get out there in 4 days and get it off the truck before the weekend, I would really like to do that, because I would really like to actually do some a good week's worth of driving. Get the load off, get the next one on, get driving again. Oh yeah, I know what that feeling's like when you can't sleep, and then when you want to sleep, you can't do it because you have other people depending upon you. I know that all too well. All right. Let's see. I have tried to think about what to do for dinner. I could do soup and salad together, but I think it's just one of the things. I don't feel like eating just for the sake of eating. I'd rather not eat if I'm not hungry, instead of just saying, "Oh, I got to eat just because." not exactly a good thing. Well, what I could do also, I got some tortillas. I can make some, fry that up in some butter. I got some herbs and spices and cheese that I can put on that. I can make little quesadillas. I can do that. Or I can just, just butter the tortilla with some salt, pepper, some Italian seasoning, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Fry that till it's a little bit crispy. Use that with my salad. That might be the better way to go. Well, like I said, we got a couple hours before we do that. It's only 3:30 in the afternoon. I'll probably wait till about 6 or 7 p.m. before I do that. Not like I said, it's just one of them days, just so boring. I've done everything I really can do around the truck, in the truck, on the outside of the truck. I'm basically just sitting and waiting for the hours to tick off till Monday morning. Then I can actually do some work. I'm only about 10 from my pickup. It'll take an hour, 2 hours to load up, get secured down, make sure that I'm properly, pardon me, make sure that my truck is, my load is properly secured to the trailer. Well, Nathaniel, all you got to do is apply yourself to it. If you want to do it, nothing is stopping you. If long you don't have a lot of felony on you, on your arrest record, you don't have a police record, you have a commercial driver's license, the jobs are there. The jobs are there. So try to put that wish thing out of your head. My advice to you is, I want to do it. I'm going to do it, and don't let anybody get in your way. We are lucky to have the opportunity in life to do things that we want to do, not just what we have to do. For the most part, you have to have a job. For the most part. But why not have a job that you want? If you want to be a truck driver and you want to do this kind of job, go do it. Don't just sitting there and saying, I wish I could do it, and letting the days go by without doing it. You're not achieving what you want. Not what parents say, not what friends say, not what society says. You have an easy way to get it. I came out of being homeless, right? Sister took me in. I got a job, at a minimum wage job. I saved my money for the tuition to go to truck driving school. Did that full time for a month. Bang. Got it done. Then applied for the jobs. Got a job. Worked that first year. Switched jobs. Got more experience, more knowledge, a little bit more specialized knowledge. Quit that. Then I came to this position. You can do it if all you have to do is apply yourself to it. That's it. The only thing is willpower. And if you got to suffer a little bit for it, suffer for it. A little bit of pain now means a lot of enjoyment later. Pardon me. Well, besides that little pep talk, I mean, I spent 30 years landscaping, lawn maintenance, horticulture, being an arborist, being a pesticide applicator. I spent 30 years in the green industry. You know, like I said, dealing with plants, dealing with insects and diseases. I did 30 years of that. I enjoyed what I did for the most part. But at the same time, it was not as rewarding as what I'm doing right now. Now, besides, sitting around waiting for doing nothing for a week, that's not the rewarding part. But knowing that when I am working and I'm moving down the road, I'm getting something accomplished. And I'm every day I'm closer to my personal goals. That's the part that makes it worthwhile. So, Nathaniel, if you want to drive a truck, go do it. Hey, Stephanie Page, how you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you coming in. Just rambling on here. Nothing really, no real special topics. Just, blah, 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 blah. And seeing who wants to listen to my pity party. But like I said, we are out here in California. Been here for a week now. I'm not enjoying my time sitting here doing nothing. But that's probably neither here nor there. It's not my favorite state to be in. When I was a child, when I was an infant, lived out here for about a year. When I was like 1 or 2 years old, went over to Japan, back to Maryland, where I'm originally from. Came out here for a little bit of a visit, like 1979, 1980, to San Francisco. Mr. Larry Lane, welcome, sir. Thank you very much for coming in. So, like San Francisco, San Jose, Treasure Island, that area. Came out here for a little bit. I remember some of it. I mean, it wasn't that fantastic. I mean, it was better than what it is today, but at the same time, not my cup of tea. And every other time I've come out here, for truck driving, I've primarily been down near Los Angeles, a couple times up to San Francisco. Now here, this last trip was the furthest north I've ever been, up to a little bit north of Sacramento. It's an okay, the problem with California is just some of the things they restrict truck drivers on. It's a pain in the neck. But other than that, it's like anywhere else. Every place has its good and its bad. I'm not too big of a fan of the politics, but that's kind of neither here nor there. That's my absolute favorite state to drive in is West Virginia. Not on the interstate, but on the state highways and the county roads. That is always a lot of fun for me to drive on. But I prefer the state roads, the county roads, more than in any state, not just West Virginia. But West Virginia, there's 2 towns in West Virginia that I made deliveries in a 53-foot van trailer. Your standard big long trailer. Route 11 from Oceana, or yeah, from Pineville down to up to Oceana, or whichever way it was. But I had to go up a mountain road. So you had drop off going down this way, a 1-lane road each way, no shoulder. Some of the time there was a guardrail, but then the cliff, the mountain wall right here. The roads wind like this, up and down like that. And the reason I like it is because it actually gives me the challenge of driving the way the truck's supposed to be driving. Mr. Ralph Floto, welcome. Appreciate it. So that's the number one reason why I like West Virginia. There's smaller roads that are actually a bit more challenging to drive on. I've always enjoyed, I enjoy driving, period. But, being challenged in my driving, and coming out the other side, being successful, that's always been enjoyable for me. Just being on the highway, Route I-70 or I-80, just going through the middle of nowhere, that's not as enjoyable to me. I like the smaller roads where I actually have to use what little bit of brains I have in order to get there safely. All right, let's take the last video I just posted. I'm taking this barge from Louisiana up to Minnesota. Now, you'll see here in a coming video, as I go through Arkansas, they take me off the main highway and they put me on some smaller, state roads and county roads, which doesn't entirely make sense, but it's a permit. I'm required to be on those roads, so there you go. But I have to go over bridges that, because of my width, are basically going to be 1 lane in essence for me. I can't go over a bridge like that with somebody coming the opposite way. I have to stop, or I have to time it so that they pass, then I can pass. But I enjoy that for the simple fact that it makes me become a better driver. I enjoy that kind of driving, where it requires me using the skills that I have and to constantly improve those skills, which unfortunately far too many truck drivers do not do. Pardon me. Sorry, as we go into winter, I get stuffed up really easy. So, pardon me on that one. But, like I said, Kansas is not a favorite state of mine. I don't like driving through Kansas. Nebraska is more enjoyable than driving through Kansas. Same kind of road, same kind of, landscape, but I'd rather go drive through Nebraska than through Kansas. Florida is a boring state for me. I just never, it's just like mile after mile of nothing, Yeah, you have palm trees and Spanish moss and things of that nature, but it's like, it's just not my speed. And California is pretty much the same way, but California is even worse because I'm stuck at 55 miles an hour instead of rolling down the road at 70, which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's the law. But there's certain, but my favorite place to live is Montana. Now, I'm from Maryland, currently living out of Georgia. Well, my license says Georgia, but for the most part, I'm never there. So I don't go anywhere there. I don't do anything there. I just pick up my mail there, really. But I'm moving up to Montana where I'm going to buy some land, build my house, put in a nice vegetable garden, chickens, goats, pigs, you know, enjoy living, not just being, there. But for right now, it's work, save, and I can buy in a YouTube, which is the thing that I'm why I'm in the truck 99% of the time. I'd rather be working, get the money so that later on I can do precisely what I want, how I want. Sorry, messages always. All right. All right. Well, like I said, like I was saying to Nathaniel there, you have the ability to do what you want. You may not get it right immediately, but you have the ability to get what you want. And if you do it right, it's fairly easy. If you encounter some problems, it just takes a little bit longer to do that. But when I'm having a week like I'm having right now, where I've worked 6 hours in 7 days, yeah, no, that's the part that's the part that's not fun. That's when you're not actually working. You know, I don't mind a vacation, but when I'm at work and I'm not doing anything, that's worse. That's almost as bad as not having a job at all. You know? But you know, I'm of that mentality that I got that old Yankee work ethic, that old traditional. A man is not worth his salt if he doesn't work. You know it. You know it's just one of the things that working 6 hours in a week. What I mean, that just sucks. That is not a fun time for me in the slightest. You know, it, if I, yeah, I mean, granted, I am on a salary. No matter how many hours or miles I work during the week, I still get the same exact pay. If I work 6 hours or 60 hours, I get the same exact pay. Now, some people would say, well, that's a good thing. You don't have to stress yourself out. You're not worried about what a lot of the truck drivers are doing. True, but at the same time, I enjoy work. I enjoy being able to accomplish at least a little something during the week. 4 hours of driving, or 4.5 hours of driving, an hour and a half of unloading and shuffling around a little bit. That's not enough to keep me self-satisfied when I'm supposed to be doing work. It's like with the load that I'm picking up here on Monday. It has a 7-day time to deliver. Picking up on Monday, so right now, tentatively delivered next Monday, December the 2nd. November's already been a sit around and do nothing much kind of month already. But man, I'd rather do smaller loads with smaller distances to go. Pick up, drop off, next morning. Pick up, drop off, next morning. Pick up, drop off, next morning. I'd rather do that 5 days a week, 6 days a week, than one load that I have to wait an entire week to get, and then it takes an entire week to deliver. One load and it takes 2 weeks to do it. No, that's not. I don't feel good doing that. It's not in any way enjoyable. I mean, I might as well be unemployed, collecting a welfare check. That's tantamount to what I'm doing. But that's just my view of it, the way I like to be working. But that's I know that's just me. Some can lay around a lot more. Like I said, I don't mind vacation time. Sometimes that's good. I don't know. I just rather keep moving. Yeah. So today, like I said, it's just boredom on top of boredom with another little scoop of boredom and some more sprinklings of boredom. I don't know why it's saying my connection was not doing too good, but well. So if anybody has a question that I can answer, feel free to pop that up. Anything about myself, about my job, about my views on whatever. Exactly. That's the thing. It's that, yeah. I mean, I can keep my mind mentally stimulated on the phone and the iPad with some puzzle games, reading, learning. But at the same time, I'm a man, so I want to do. Just the fact of doing something and that you finish that task is definitely a big psychological, mental, stimulant to yourself, and you just feel better accomplishing things. Mr. Backwards, how you doing? Everything's going MEH, meh. It's just one of them weeks that has been absolute mind-numbingly boring. All right, Mr. Larry June. Just got your latest video to watch, so we'll be checking that out soon. Mr. Metal Music Maniac, always good. Well, that's one thing that I have been looking to getting done. But every time I ask Peterbilt what the actual bulb is that I need, nobody can give me an answer. So, one, these lights here, see what? So I got 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 bulbs that are either incandescent or the halogen, which is like, why would you put such a hot bulb in there? It's 2018 when you built this truck. Why did you not put LED lights in there? You know they're more beneficial. They're cheaper than a halogen bulb is. There's less chance of a fire breaking out from them. They're easier to replace because you don't have to replace them as often. They just last longer. I mean, come on. But, there you go. But that's, there's a lot of things that companies do now that I look at their product and I'm going, why? Why would you do that in today's world with the technology we have? Why would you do something that is not conducive to the people who are operating that vehicle? Mr. Nice Visions. Hey, how you doing, sir? Welcome. Good to see you. I ain't seen a post from you in a couple of days, but you know how it is. You're busy doing everything else. You don't have a lot of time to look for stuff, but I'll keep looking for that. I see. What else? Well, see, I'm not so interested in bright, and that's not the thing that I want. I just want to take the temperature out of these lights because these little lights right here, the ones I can swivel and point. I reach up after they've been on for a minute, and it's like, oh man, I gotta worry about not touching the glass so I don't burn myself. It's ridiculous that they put that kind of bulb in. If you're gonna put a bulb in there that's gonna get hot, put a regular incandescent bulb in. If you're gonna do that, just put a regular incandescent bulb in. I'd actually take that over these stupid halogen or HID lights or whatever they're called. It's like, and why can't they just put in the owner's manual what these bulbs are? They need to be replaced all the time. Just tell me what the bulb is. And then I can go to the store, I can go on Amazon, LED replacement for blah, blah, blah. Bang, somebody makes an LED replacement for that. But like metal music, I do have that written down, so I will be looking at that. And I, pop these covers off, rip those crap ones out of there, put the other ones in. Now, as far as brightness, I don't need brighter. I don't need whiter lights. I don't like that. I'd rather have a more yellowish light, preferably, No visions. I am on California right now. So it is just 4 o'clock right now. I mean, sun's about another 10 degrees up in the sky right at the moment. I've been stuck out here in California for a week now. I don't get my next load until Monday. You know, I've been waiting all week for a load. Finally got one assigned Friday, morning. Drove from a little bit north of Sacramento down here to Madera. Oh, excuse me. And, that's been the highlight of my week. I've been up, Sunday afternoon around 3 p.m., I got to Sacramento. I did a reset on Monday. Tuesday morning, I made a delivery about 40 miles north, roughly, north of Sacramento to Yuba City. From there, I did my delivery Tuesday morning, sat at a local truck stop, then went over to Dunnigan after like 4 hours, California to the Pilot, sat there until Friday morning. Then Friday morning, I came down here to Madera, 180 miles south, and here I sit until Monday morning when I go pick up my next load, which is going out to Dallas. And, it took an entire week to get a load. I've done 3 resets in a week. That sucks. But that's the way it is sometimes, So, once I get this load on, like I said, I'm picking up a cooling tower base. Should be a big metal box for the most part. Approximately 11,000 pounds in weight. I like Texas too. It's not bad going to Texas. Like I said, it's going to be a 24-foot long, 14-foot wide, 10-foot high. So we're probably just going to be over legal height by maybe an inch, but we're going to be 14-foot wide. So we are an extra 5.5 feet wider than my trailer is. So 2 foot and 3/4 hanging off each side, and we're taking that out. California, Arizona, New Mexico, then to Texas. So the absolute worst part of that trip, the worst part about that trip is going to be the fact that we're crossing 2 time zones. We're going into Mountain Time, then we're going into Central Time. So we're losing 2 hours on a day, which, depending on how traffic and the route I have to take and where I stop, I could either lose that in 2 days. I lose those 2 hours, or I can actually lose those 2 hours in 1 day, depending on how the road goes. Where I got it, what roads I could be on, when I can drive, how fast I can drive. Stopping at all the way stations to show my permits. That kind of jazz. So it is a little bit more frustrating going west to east than it is going from east to west. East to west is super easy. I mean, because you gain that hour on the day. So if you're on the road for 11 hours, you have to add that extra half. You have to add a half an hour break in there, so that becomes 11 and a half hours. Then I have to stop every 150 miles, check my load. That adds up to about an hour. Then you got to add filling it, putting in fuel. That's another 15 minutes. Your pre-trip, your post-trip inspections. That adds another half an hour to your day. then I can easily do a full 12 hours during the day, driving up to 11 hours, and make only 400 miles. So it's all depending on how the road goes and how they want me to go, how fast, what time I can start and stop. I do enjoy the challenge of the job, but at the same time, some of the rules are pretty annoying. But that's part of the challenge. I mean, I could have stayed at Melton Truck Lines, doing all the easy loads, styrofoam, rolled roofing, tires every once in a while, steel, a coil once in a while, and then the rarer thing, getting some, scissor lifts, or getting, a little mini excavator or bobcat or two, that kind of stuff. I didn't have too much of the fun things. But here at doing heavy haul, I get some challenges, which I really like. But other than that, it's not. I can complain all I want, but I knew I would have more downtime because I'm in more of a specialty part of trucking. You're going to have the 60+%, 65% of all the trucks on the road are going to be your typical van trailer, regular dry van and reefer. You got another 20% around that of flatbed. You got about 10% going to car haulers. Roughly that amount for tankers, car haulers, cattle haulers, feed, bulk, dry bulk feed. Those they take about 10%. Then you have the special, a little more specialized, like heavy haul. Maybe 2% out there, that do that. So it will be a little bit tougher getting the load sometimes, which I knew. I knew that going in. No, well, see, heavy haul is not that much more complicated than doing regular flatbed. I mean, number one thing that you are doing constantly night visions. I do not have a tarp. Not one tarp on the truck. Never putting a tarp on a load ever again. That's nice. No, the route planning is not any more difficult. It's just that you do not have the choices of where you go and when you go like you do on regular legal loads. How many oversized loads have you done at Melton or PNS? I did no oversized loads when I was at Melton. It just takes time to read the permit, obey the permit, set up your waypoints in the GPS, or however you plan your route. Okay, I need to go down to this road. I got to get off on this exit. It's the same as any other kind of driving. It's just that you are restricted to certain roads. Okay, like coming into Arkansas near Little Rock. So when you stop at there in North Little Rock, from that point on, you go right down. You go a little bit west. You got to get on the 440, going south down around Little Rock, and then because I took a load out to Texas, going that direction. I had to get off at 440 South, go down to Fordyce, and then head over to Hope, Arkansas, over on 35. Or is that 30? 35, going out to Texarkana. I had to bypass that whole area. Instead of staying on the main highway, they put me off onto the secondary roads. Which I don't understand all the time, but that's what they do. And the load that I'm uploading later tonight, which you saw, the first part is already uploaded right now, called Barging Our Way North. I'm going to be going into Arkansas, and Arkansas likes detouring you off the main road when you have a wide load or a tall load or a heavy load, you know. Because I've taken a load that was 14 foot tall, 10 foot 6 wide, and weighed 51,000 pounds. And put that on the truck, and there you go. Well, yeah, Birmingham right now absolutely sucks. 59 and 20, that area completely sucks. Well, you know, when those roads are known to be like that, they detour you around that. So that's not a big deal. Pardon me. That, you know, they detour you around 99% of that stuff. And then, you know, you do have a little bit of latitude when they tell you to detour, you know, you do have a little bit of room to do that. Because I had to do that there in Winston-Salem. They shut down the main road that I had to get on, and then I was on some tight city streets. But that's the road they detoured me onto. So there wasn't much I could do except follow the detour. Now, I had this amount of room on each side. You know, I had a telephone pole here. I had a pole in the center of the road over here, and I'm crawling through that. But that's just the nature of the job, you know. So the main thing that I enjoy from it challenges me to be a better driver than I was the day before, which that only benefits me. You know, it's like, why not accept that challenge and go from there? You know, you got a little bit of overhang on the front, a little bit of overhang on the back. That really isn't that excessive. So, you know, you don't have to worry about widths. You don't have to worry about height. You have to worry about weight and length. Yeah, I would have taken. If I were you, I would take those loads. Take that challenge and become better with it. And if you ever want to do heavy haul, hit me up. My company is always hiring, you know, skilled, reliable, safe drivers. I think you'd benefit. Yeah, just got a new subscriber, Mode Munch. If you're watching Mode Munch, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, so like I said to Nathaniel earlier, you know, you have the opportunity to do whatever you want to do. Don't let people tell you you can't do that or you shouldn't do that. I unfortunately didn't follow that advice when I was younger, and I got out of jobs that I enjoyed doing because, oh, this is a better opportunity for you. Do this. I got to a job that I hated, and I didn't gain anything by it. I wound up losing the job, and then, you know, having to go back to something that I had to start at the bottom again. It's like, well, what the hell, you know? But right now, I'm where I want to be, doing the type of job that I want to do, and enjoying my time. You know, besides, you know, sitting around doing only 6 hours of work, you know, for an entire 7 days. That part sucks. Like I said, it's not like being on vacation. in any sense of the word. It's basically sitting around and asking every day through the computer, where's my next load? Where's my next load? Why don't I have a load yet? That's the part that sucks. Was that load 10'4" wide? Or are you just saying yes? Oh, well, it's, I guess it's just one of those things that truck drivers do. We cry and we complain, we moan and groan about every little thing. I try to keep that to a minimum. I try to, vent, let it out, and it's done with 2 minutes later. But other than that, it's just another day sitting in the truck doing absolutely nothing. Friday was like 3.5 hours of driving Friday to get the 180 miles from Dunnigan, California to Madera. That was the extent of my work for several days. I said, Tuesday morning, got up, drove 45 minutes up to my delivery. Half an hour work pulling straps off and winding up the straps, putting them away, getting the paperwork signed. 10 minutes drive down to the truck stop, waited there for 3 hours, drove 45 minutes over to Dunnigan, sat there until Friday morning, came down here. Now I'll be sitting until Monday morning. Which I'm sorry, I'd rather be actually doing something, I'd rather be throwing another strap or pulling some chains, actually driving down the road. I'm not a truck sitter. I'm a truck driver. Please let me do my job. That's all I want. Just let me do my job, You sit in the office on a little computer, type. Oh, he needs a load. Where is he? Okay, what's on the board? Okay, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Hey, this one works. May not make a profit, but it'll pay the bills and it'll get him somewhere where there's a better load. Click. There you go. See you later. Now, granted, I don't get to see everything that goes on with dispatch. I have done that kind of thing. I have printed out the work and given it to guys to go out and do their job. I've done that before. I know what they go through. Not precisely, but I know how to organize things and say, all right, do this, do that, do this, do that. There we go. But like I said, doing 6 hours of work in a 7-day period, yeah, I think I have a bit of a good cause to not be happy. I'm bored out of my freaking skull. When the highlight of my day was transflowing my paperwork in and sealing up the envelope and putting it in the trip pack, mailbox. That's the highlight of my day today. Tomorrow, the highlight of my day is going to be doing laundry. Mr. TJ, welcome in. Appreciate it. So, like I said, it's one of those days, one of those weeks that just absolutely sucks. Last week, had a load, picked it up, got it out here to California like I was supposed to. I worked on basically every day. 6 days straight. Got up here. The week before that was like this week. I did 3 resets in a week that week. How could anybody really be happy with that kind of schedule going on? If you're just a super lazy person and you're out here because you're forced to, I can understand that. But I'm not forced to be here. I chose to be here. This is my chosen profession. I would like the chance to be able to do it on a consistent daily basis. I mean, I do need vacation time. Everybody needs to take that little bit of step away, decompress, relax, enjoy the fruits of their labor. But at the same time, when I spend, the vast majority, like 90% of my time doing zero work, I don't think anybody could say that that's a good situation. Oh, yeah, I mean, I knew at the beginning before I started this particular, type of trucking, I knew it was going to be a little bit slower. I didn't exactly think it'd be this slow. Excuse me. But, there you go. Oh, well, I don't have too much more. I really have nothing to say because getting nothing done. Like I said, for dinner, I made a decision. I'm going to have me a salad, which I got at the old pilot. I have extra lettuce, onion, bell pepper. I'm going to add. I got some bacon. I'm going to cook up some bacon to put in that. I got some Parmesan cheese. I'm going to put on that as well. And I don't have any bread per se, so I can't make croutons, which I've been more than happy to make my own croutons. But I do have some tortillas, which I'm going to cut into wedges. I'm going to put some salt, pepper, some Italian seasoning on there, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to pan fry those in a little bit, probably butter. I might do olive oil, depending on how I feel at that moment. So get one of those cooked up. That'll be a little bit of bread with that. There is a hard-boiled egg in that salad. I could go into the pilot here, pick up one of them cups of boiled eggs, but I don't think I want that many. So I'll probably just do the one boiled egg that's in there. I got some wishbone Italian dressing, which I'll put on top of the salad. Like I said, bacon. I have some cheddar cheese I'll put on the top of that as well. Yeah, so that'll probably be my dinner for the night. Nothing fancy, but at least somewhat healthy. Because when you eat a dozen of these bad boys, you need to try to correct that. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the dinner tonight. I don't know how many of you caught the burrito making live stream. But I did enjoy that. I'm going to figure out another recipe to do for cooking in the truck this week. I got a recommendation to do a steak, but steak is very, very easy to do. I mean, if you got a panini grill or George Foreman grill, it's super easy to do. So that, I may try to do something a little bit more ambitious to cook. I probably might do a beef stew. That'd be a good one. Maybe some homemade chili. I ain't made chili in a good long while, so there you go. What I have not done in a very, very long time is make my own butter, which I do use the Kerrygold butter. Some of the best butter you can get from the store, but I enjoy making my own butter. Just comes out a little bit fresher, a little bit cleaner, in my opinion. So I may do that. That'd be a good video to do. But I don't know what else I'm going to do. I mean, just like I said, it's been a boring week. I still have to get through tomorrow. I don't think I'm close enough. Let me see here. Let's see if there's a... There are a couple of churches in the area. Well, that's Santa Clara. I'd probably have to get an Uber to go to do that, but let's see here. Like I said, we're going to St. Joaquin Church here in Santa Clara. We'll see. See if we can get directions to that. That's not too far down the road. I mean, just a couple of miles. So we may do that. We're going to probably try to do that. Like I said, steak is okay, but it does. There's not a lot of. It's not difficult to do a steak. Like I said, if you got a George Foreman grill or a panini grill, you put steak in, you close it. You take the fat, you put the fat that comes off of that, the juices come of that, you put it in a pan, you put a little bit of herbs, a little bit of butter, a little bit of, this and that in there. You make a little sauce for it. You microwave a potato in the microwave. You cook up some vegetable to go with it. That's it's not that hard of a meal to do. It's great. I enjoy a steak, but something that requires a little bit more preparation, a little more skill to do, I think I enjoy doing that a little bit more. But at the same time, it's like, well, I got to do that. I got to set this up like that. But I still need a better camera to do that live stream with than what the computer does here. I need better lighting. I need a better table that sits up higher, because the one I have now sits so low, it's ridiculous. I want one that sits up at like counter height that I can actually do a better job with. But that's all. Just Yeah, what am I going to do? It's just a way to keep me entertained, for the most part. I mean, a good stir fry wouldn't be too bad, you know. You know, there are still a few cooking tools that I want to get, but it's a matter of where am I going to put it? I really don't have the room to put much more in this truck. Oh well, just me complaining and crying about doing nothing. Same as always. Nothing new there. But other than that, just the day's just rolling through. Nothing really exciting going on at the moment. Monday morning, I actually get to go do my job. I get to put a load on. I got to request get it on. Pardon me. I got to get it on the truck properly. I got to secure it properly. I got to measure it, send off for my permits, and then I can get down the road as the permits allow me to get down the road. Hey, bullies. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Just sitting here whining and crying because I'm not doing anything. But other than that, it's not going too bad. I woke up again this morning, so everything else is negotiable. Well, too much relaxing. It's becoming a chore just to stay awake right now, so I'm not really relaxing. One day off, that's fine, but 6 hours of work in a 7-day period, not so much. But what are you going to do? It's one of them things that, I just wish I was moving a little bit more consistently than what I'm doing than I'm doing this month. But other than that, it's just me whining and crying. Nothing more than that. It's just, vent it out, let it go so it doesn't eat away at you, so you don't become more of a miserable pain in the ass to other people. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's, oh, well, well, let's see. The biggest thing this week, let me grab it here. I've been having a problem the past couple of months because I fill up my little SD cards here in the camera faster than I can get them off the camera and put them on the hard drive and then upload that video. So I bought two more 256 gigabyte micro SD cards, right there. So now I have 4 of them. So hopefully I'll have a little bit better opportunity to to get video processed a little bit more efficiently. I did that. I did a little bit of shopping, on Tuesday. I just, I bought me. I've been looking for a couple specific things, but the other thing was I had to buy a very special light bulb for my magnetic beacon that I put on the back of my trailer. The truck stop doesn't carry it anymore. I had to go to Walmart. They had 5 of them there, so I bought all 5. But that was a bit of money I really didn't want to spend. But in order for me to do my job properly, I had to spend it. So I'll get reimbursed for that later on. But like I said, walked around Walmart for an hour on Monday. Just waiting for the next load to come through, and but other than that, nothing too exciting going on. I mean, sitting around doing nothing. Your mind starts to, what little brain cells I got are shrinking by the hour. But other than that, I don't know what to say. I mean, if anybody has a question or two, be more than happy to answer it. And we will. Otherwise, we'll just settle down for the night, and we'll probably just call this an end here. Like I said, unless anybody has a question, and we'll probably go see who else is online and annoy them on their channel. All right, then. Well, I guess we'll just call it. I mean, it's almost an hour and a half of me just blathering on. So I'll just say thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Just hope everybody is doing well, and just hope you all have success today, and you have success again tomorrow. And just to say God bless, as I always do. And we will see you tomorrow, approximately the same time. Hopefully, I have something actually interesting to say. But other than that, we'll just go ahead and cut it off right here for now. So, good night, everybody. God bless, and thank you for coming in. I do appreciate it.